And thank you for having us over here, and grateful to be representing all Rajans Rugby Football Association on this chat, and hi to Hisham Abdeen there as well. Yes, Shanak, it's absolutely fantastic to have not only finished this season unbeaten at the top of the Division 1A, but also have finished last year unbeaten in Division 1B, and then graduated to the A Division this year, and to basically repeat the same feat. It's absolutely fantastic.
Yes, it has been really outstanding rugby that you guys have been playing as well. A big set of forwards, nice, big, fast set of backs. Obviously, this team has been a few years in the making. Tell us what you started doing differently, Kamal, from maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah, I think you're right, Shanika. So it's not something that happened overnight. So this team actually has been sort of on a winning note for many, many years. These guys have played together since under 13, at least most of them. And actually, yes, I mean, we felt we were unfortunate to have got into B Division at the end of the year before last. We kind of peaked at the wrong time. That was the end of the season when we had some tough games. So, but at the same time, the year before, we became the under-18 champions, and then last year, despite being in B Division, we started the season on a high by becoming the seven-a-side champions. And I think in some ways, the fact that we got demoted to the B Division got us more impetus to refine the rough edges of our game, make sure that we don't wait until the end of the season to peak. And we started early, and that's how we ended up the seven-a-side trophy early on, and then went on to win the B Division unbeaten, and essentially beating all the teams. And then even in the President's Trophy, we felt we were unlucky to lose to the ultimate winners, is Patna, in the semi-final. So that was huge. And then, of course, we kept up that momentum in coming into this year as well. And I think overall, we also, I must say, despite the fact that this has been something that we worked over a long time with a long-term plan, with a lot of people putting effort, things really clicked, and also particularly in the sense of having our old Rajan and national captain Radhika Hettiarachchi coming in to coach our lads this year. And I mean, he really brought in a sense of a higher sense of professionalism to the team. He basically brought in his passion for rugby, his passion for Dharmaraja, and really drilled this team into a championship outfit that really was out there to win in a very professional but in a very disciplined manner as well. So I think Radhika put the sort of finishing touches to a great team.
Yes, it looks like Radhika's experience has been fantastic for the rest of the boys to feed off on. Looking at your team, just watching them on the field, Kamal, it looks like they're a very fit, conditioned team. Is that easy to achieve up in Kandy, where there are probably less distractions and there's a lot of discipline among the rugby playing community in Kandy, especially Kandy Sports Club, stemming down from Kandy Sports Club? A lot of those guys, very disciplined rugby players. Is that helpful to you guys, just being in the same community as these great players like Fazil Marija and people?
Absolutely. I mean, I think overall the conditions are quite conducive. I mean, even at Dharmaraja, we have for those of you know Dharmaraja, we have our campus is on a 54-acre hill. So just going up and down every day brings some fitness to the lads. Mm-hmm. But in addition to that, feeding off of the passion for the game in the hill country, it's phenomenal. And also, I think a number of our own products have been inspirational for our players. So, of course, Radhika Hettiarachchi now as coach, and before that, Indrajit Bandaranaikar and so on. A number of Rajans players have performed well at the national level. Mm-hmm.
And are we seeing a lot more of these guys going through into the under-19 ranks and into the national ranks? Hopefully, I'm sure guys like Rajana Hettiarachchi and Thirana Vijayasinghe, and even the two centres, Udangamua and Madhushankar Kamal, will be national prospects. What is the old Rajans plan to make sure these guys go the distance?
Absolutely. we think definitely they will go the distance. I mean, we already have the likes of Miuru and Darshan Atikola from previous years already working through the ranks, and I think key thing is we want to make sure that these guys are set up well for the future, and not only to contribute in terms of rugby but also overall to the society as well. I think they've really have the passion for the game, and I'm sure they will be hot products for a lot of the clubs to snatch once they're done with school. What the old Rajans are now trying to do is to make sure that they have a large group of support to ensure that they do well, not only in rugby and sports, but beyond that as well. We are trying to come together to make sure that's there for them in terms of overall support.
Well, that's great to hear, Kamal, because a lot of schools sometimes cut their star players loose and don't have much regard for what they do later on in life. And it's great to see that the old Rajans are not a group that thinks like that and have the best interests of their boys at heart. Let's also talk, I can't let you go without raising this subject, Kamal. There have been a few incidents off the field that fingers have been pointed at Dharmaraja at. You've released a statement. You've written to the Rugby Football Referees Union apologizing for whatever may have happened, and also saying that it shouldn't detract from the achievements of these boys on the field. Would you like to add a little bit to that?
Absolutely. I mean, I want to reiterate that, as Rajans, we absolutely condemn violence on or off the field, and especially any kind of violence against referees is not acceptable, and there are established means of submitting grievances if the referees are not doing well, and to the credit of the Referees Association, they've taken action on some of those submissions that I'm aware of. In the St. Joseph's match, there was violence against the referees after the match, and we were not able to identify who exactly did it, but our spectators stormed into the field to celebrate right after the game, and that really created an atmosphere that could result in this. So we recognize that we need to somehow curb this and make sure that these kind of incidents don't happen, regardless of where that is coming from, and that's why we wanted to get that statement out to make it clear that this shouldn't happen, and then if it happened from our camp, that we want to apologize for it. But at the same time, Shanak, I want to sort of step back from this, and also I feel in some ways perhaps maybe the fact that we ultimately won the championship has attracted a lot of attention to that incident and to us. But I feel this is not just to that incident. There was a lot of things that happened before that in a number of school games and even outside in club games that really brought up a lot of heat on the issue, and rightly so. And I feel like this was sort of the ultimate incident that really burst out the reaction from the Referees Association. So I think, therefore, the focus shouldn't be on one team. I think there's a broader issue at large in schools rugby and perhaps even beyond in terms of making sure that the game is a game, and we all go there and enjoy it, and don't take it beyond that. And make sure that the referees are respected as well. And then also, I think the Referees Association is taking it in the right spirit to make sure that they address their shortcomings as well. But perhaps at large, things can be done to support the Referee Society in terms of ensuring that they have all the right training to iron out any kinks that they have in their armor.
Yes, absolutely, and I think you can take solace from the fact that people throw the most stones at the trees with the most fruit on it. Kamal, I think that's what you're going to have to think about, but you're absolutely right when you say it's a broader issue. It's not a Rajans only issue. It's something that the Schools Association entirely across the board has to set right, because a sort of season like we've had so far on the off-field front just cannot be allowed to continue. So thanks very much, Kamal, for joining us here on The Score. Please convey our utmost congratulations to the Dharmaraja, the unbeaten Dharmaraja team, for clinching the A Division title. Looking forward, I'm sure, to clinching the knockout title as well, and bagging a double for your school. So thanks very much once again, and our heartiest congratulations.
Thanks, Shanika, for having me over on this, and I also want to extend my thanks to all the Rajans and non-Rajans who support supported Rajans Rugby to this achievement. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That's Kamal Darbagula from the Old Rajans Rugby Football Association telling us how much it means to the Dharmaraja rugby team to have won an unbeaten championship. They started off their season with a draw against Trinity, finished off with a draw against Royal College, but still managed to stay unbeaten, and that really is a fantastic achievement in a very competitive tournament. Hisham Abdin is with me in the studio to talk about his rugby football academy as well, but I've seen him at several of these games, and he's some guy you can spot at every single rugby match. He's such an ardent enthusiast, hasn't been able to stay away from the game since he hung up his boots. And Hisham, what do you think of Dharmaraja's achievement? It really has been fantastic, isn't it?
It's fantastic. It's a great show. I'm very happy. And they have worked hard for win the cup. Because the side is well trained, and Radhika had all the tactics to finish the season the highest pay.
Yeah, he really has been fantastic, because he's obviously worked with a lot of foreign coaches, starting from George Simkin right down to the last coach we had, Robin Duplessis. So I'm sure he's had a lot of exposure to these guys, and he's able to bring that forward. But what we heard Kamal say, Hisham, is that this team has been playing together since they were under 13. So I've seen a lot of teams that have started young and stayed together have become champion sides. How important is coaching at junior level?
Actually, junior level is you want junior level only want to be they want to have a best coach there. Then only that you can train them the correct basic discipline and how to play the game clean and hard. There are so many ways. Off the field also they want to learn a lot of things. So tomorrow they are going to play the knockout. I don't know whether they are playing or not. In the channel, do you have any ideas?
Well, yes, the knockout tournament is beginning tomorrow, and that's starting with Trinity College, who will be playing. Let me see who they will be playing. Trinity will be playing CWW. No, Trinity will be playing DS. Trinity will be playing DS tomorrow, and then we have